So I'm going to tell you a couple of my friends that love their pendulums. It's like their best friend. They don't take it, they have it in their purse. They make every decision by their pendulum. Now, I do like to take responsibility of my personal life. So, um, because my particular person that I know who does pendulum work and is very passionate, and she does it in her practice, she has it completely in her personal life. I love her, but she drives me crazy. In the sense, it would be she had to make every decision by her pendulum, and now this is just a personal opinion. Is I think she, no judgment. I think she was afraid to make her own decision because if she was wrong, so this the pendulum was a little bit of a buffer for her. So if we go for supper, and she'd have her pendulum out, deciding on the menu if she's going to have steak or chicken. And she'd have that thing going, and she'd have it right over the menu, and oh, great, people seeing us. Hi, gonna check with this pendulum. And it was just like, do you want chicken, or do you just want steak? Just make it the decision. Nope, she had to do it by her pendulum, and God bless her. Same thing. If she's going to go on holidays, she has to decide first. If it tells her yes, then she's got to figure out where she wants to go. So we're talking like a 30-minute to an hour process of watching this woman decide if she's going to go to Europe and have the map out, or if she's going to go to British Columbia in Canada, kind of thing. Now, again, if it's a tool you love and you're passionate and it's like your best friend, power to you. I still like having free will of my own personal decisions. So usually the pendulum is for me is for the big stuff, like the big questions. It's like, okay, um, should I move my practice to another location? Let's just put that as an example. Then that's really important to me, and I'll use it, but I still work with my intuition in that decision. It's kind of reinforcing what I probably already know, and it's going to give me a yes. Okay, it's like me doing the lotto. Like for an example, I knew it was going to say no, even though I went neutral, but I was still going. Please tell me I'm going to win the lotto, and it's like, nope. Okay. Um, so this is one of the things you can, it can be like my one girlfriend. She uses her pendulum when she's cooking. She loves to cook. So she wants to raise that vibration of love and the ingredients to amplify in her cooking. So she'll go over her cooking pot, and she'll let it start vibrating that and amplifying the flavors in her cooking. And when it's done, it'll come to a stop. Now her daughter can do the exact same recipe and doesn't do the pendulum. And her mom is like, oh my God, you know, um, Mom, your food is so good. What, what, what do you do? And she doesn't tell the family. And same with her husband. I mean, she is a good cook, but it just gives that little bit of emphasizing on the food, that it amplifies the spices and the food and everything. So you can use the pendulum for that. My other girlfriend used the pendulum for her lost cat. She used her pendulum constantly, and she had called me in the around I think it was around 9 o'clock at night, and she's freaking out because what had happened is her cat, they were on going to the lake, and they took the cat, and cats used to go into the lake and stuff, but they were, whatever reason, their car broke down. There was an issue, so when they opened the door to get out to figure out what the problem with the car, the cat jumped out and ran in the bush, and they called and called it, and no, wouldn't come. So she asked me to do a reading if I could find the cat, and that's not my gift. I don't have the gift of finding things or people. or pets. And I, I mean, I said to her, "I'm really sorry, honey. I wish it was my gift, but I don't know." So finally, about midnight, she had enough. She was so stressed out. She'd been stressed out for hours because it happened during the day. So she decided to take her pendulum and ask her pendulum to find her cat. So she drove out holding her pendulum, and then she asked, "Tell me when to stop the vehicle." So she did. Came to a stop. She got out, called her cat, and her cat came in, running to her. And this is in pitch black, in the middle of nowhere. She finds her cat through her pendulum. So the pendulum can be extremely. I was even blown away when she told me she found her cat in the middle of nowhere, and her pendulum told her where to go. So those are the things you can use it to find out lost objects. You can use the pendulum for. Um, so it's so universal what you want to do with that pendulum. You can use it for anything. Um, Again, for personal questions. Again, when you first start doing it, though, when you first start practicing, this is something you want to do on your own. In the sense, you don't want to do it in front of somebody because you're going to get distracted. Um, because you're building a relationship with your pendulum, so it just wants to be with you, okay? And you're building it back. So when you have somebody else's energy in there, that energy could be distracting your pendulum or you, and it's not working for you properly. So that's really important that when in the beginning, give yourself a few days and maybe a couple weeks before you want to start playing with your friends, and have a friend come over and, okay, you want a question, and you want to build that first before you get to that stage of using it for. All right, we'll go into the next video and give you a little more examples in how to work with your pendulum.